Shalom Vayakhel Pekudei Shabbos Chazak Parshas HaChodesh. What a big week we have here. And yet really because of the social separation that is required of everybody now, we're going to do the shir this week in a remote location. But what we're going to try to do is not say anything about the coronavirus in this shir. I'm sure everybody's been inundated and there are enough videos and clips and everything about corona. And all we really want is that something should just be normal in our lives. And what we're going to try to do is give a normal shir. And hopefully I wish that everybody stays healthy. And we should all be able to get back together in Mirz Hashem very soon. And there's really so much to speak about this week between all the parshiyos and the kriyas going on. We have so much to speak about. But what I'd like to concentrate on in this year is a very important lesson from Parshas HaChodesh that we've actually spoken about over the years, but we can never really hear enough about this. These words of HaChodesh Hazel Lochem. And these words are a lesson that we need to really need to understand and inculcate into ourselves and everyone around us, really. And his chadshus, this inyan of HaChodesh, of renewal and starting over. And it's an extremely part of every Jew and what makes us up as Jews, that our entire calendar and our cycles, as we know, they revolve around the moon. As Jews, we are lunar people. You know, next time someone tells you that you're spaced out, you say, yes, thank you, because that's what a Jew is, but I'm only the moon, nothing else. Because although at times we may seem to get smaller as people and our levels of being Jews, we seem to be getting smaller, but there's always the next month. And just as the moon does, just as we talk about here, HaChodesh Hazel Lochem, the inyan of Rosh Chodesh, just like here, as the moon does, we always make a comeback. As Klal Yisrael and as people, we always come back. And we grow once again to be whole. We grow up and we come back. And we're always that way. But we need to understand, says in Nesivos Shalom, that whatever power of renewal we have inherently as Jews, Chodesh Nisan is exponentially even more powerful. Hashem gave us this special time that we're coming to right now of Chodesh Nisan, Pesach, Yemei HaSvira, all these times to prepare us to what comes further at the Yontiv of Shavuos, to prepare us for the Kabbalah Satira, once again to be Makabel the Torah, and that's coming in a few months from now. And the lesson this time of year is really that a person can renew just as they did in the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim. We hear again, we're in that life cycle again, we're in that time of a year. And just as they did in Yetzias Mitzrayim, where they came back not just from a low level, they came back from the Mem Tes Shari Tumah. And they came back from the level, 49 levels down that they were in Mitzrayim. Even then, we see we could come back. And that applies even today. And that applies to every single person in every single year. That during this month of Nisan, no matter where you've been and no matter what you've done, and even if you've had difficulty in accomplishing things that you wanted to accomplish, during this month, during the month that's coming, the month of Nisan, they can be attained and they can be reached at this time of the year. Rosh Chodashim, when the Torah tells us, HaChodesh Hazel Lochem, Rosh Chodashim, it means that it's the Rosh of all his chadshus, the mother of all renewals. And it is Rishon Hu Lochem, says in Nesivos Shalom. It's Lochem. It's here for you. It's here for the taking. And then Nesivos Shalom really tells us another idea and another explanation from the word lochem here, and he says it over from the Kabrina Rav Zechusi Yogan Aleinu. And he says like this, very interesting idea. In the Zmiris on Shabbos, we sing, and we're familiar with the words, Kodesh hi lochem Shabbos hamalka. Kodesh hi, what? Lochem, to you, Shabbos hamalka. That on Shabbos, we could translate these words in a little bit of a different way. That Kodesh hi lochem, even the things that you normally do for yourself, the inyanim of lochem, your physical needs and wants, they can become Kodesh if you do it right. And one of the things that happens here when you do it in an office is that the phones will ring, and hopefully we won't, we'll take care of that right now, and we'll try to get rid of that. It's not working. Okay, we're going to have a little bit noise here. So the inyanim of lochem that you would normally do a whole week, those things, when it comes to Shabbos, Kodesh hi lochem Shabbos hamalka, that your physical needs on Shabbos become Kodesh if you do it right. And it's going to get very annoying, and so maybe we can... Okay. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. Okay. Now that we're making Shabbos, on Shabbos your physical needs also can become Kodesh if you do it right. And the Nesivos Shalom tells us that al pi derech hateva, a human being cannot attain Kedusha on their own. Kedusha is something that you need help from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tahara is something else. Tahara from bad, that's a different story. That can be done on one's own. But for Kedusha, Mefarshim tell us that it's Tchilasai Hishtadlus. You begin by trying, by doing as much as you can on your own, but v'soifoi matana. At the end, we need Hashem to give it to us, b'matana, to finish it off, to attain the level of Kedusha. And that is the definition and the meaning of Kodesh hi lochem Shabbos hamalka. That the koyach of Shabbos is what gives us this present, and it gives us this opportunity, and that's the matana that we're giving from Hashem, that when it comes to Shabbos, that we want to make all of our mundane activities, everything that we do, we want to make it into Kodesh, then we have to have a present. And this Shabbos is the present that we have to take things that are normally very physical, very mundane, and turn them into things of Kedusha. That if you try the entire week, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees that you make Ishtadlus, and during the week you want and you try to dedicate things to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when it comes to Shabbos, then we have Kodesh hi lochem Shabbos hamalka. The Shabbos brings you to that point where you can make your daily and mundane activities to a Dover Kadosh. And now we come back to our parsha, to that word lochem. HaChodesh hazeh lochem. That during this month, says the Nesivos Shalom, we can attain that special Kedusha in the inyanim of lochem, where it becomes easier to dedicate the things that we do and the things that we want, to dedicate them to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, where your mundane physical activities, they take on a whole new level of Kedusha. We're in that month of Lochem, HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem. This month, the entire month, is like Shabbos, where we're able to have that help from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that matana for our Hishtadlus. And Chazal tell us, B'Nisan Nigalu, the Geula that we had of Yitzias Mitzrayim was in Nisan, Uve'Nisan Asidin Li'Goel. That in Nisan also, that is the month that is destined for Geula in Klal Yisrael. That in Nisan we came up from the Memtes Shari Tuma In Nisan, we were able to extricate ourselves and elevate ourselves out and way above 49 levels. We were able to take ourselves out of the Mentes Shari Tuma and go up 49 levels. So too, we had, just like we had that Geula of our Nefesh many thousands of years ago at Yitzias Mitzrayim, so too, B'Nisan Asidin Li Goel. That in Nisan, we're able to have this kind of Geula again, and we can do it again in our days, in Nisan. We can do it on a communal level, and we can do it on an individual basis. It's a month that's coming up with so many people love Segulas. We all know that. So many Segulas. And so many Havtachas from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, this is your month. This is your chance. But if Hashem sees that you're trying at other times, then you'll get it b'matana. Even if you cannot attain it on yourself. If you have the will and you have the drive and you're ready to get started, this is the time that you can receive a matana from HaKadosh Baruch Hu way above the norm and way above the things that you believe. So we have the two parshiyos this week, the culmination of the building of the Mishkan, of the setting up of the Mishkan in Parshas Vayakhel and Pekudei. It's a Shabbos of Chazak. A Shabbos Chazak, we know, is very mesugal to get strength, and everybody needs strength now. The strength to understand that as Klal Yisrael, over the years and over thousands of years, we've overcome so many things. We've overcome troubled times from the left, from the right, from enemies, from friends, from everything. We've overcome so much. And we've had so many times of renewal of HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. We're down, but we always come back. But now at this time of the year, today we began the Shivas Yimei HaMiluim, Chav Gimel Adar. Those of us who daven Nusach Sfard won't say Tachnun anymore now till the end of Chodesh Nisan. We began the Shivas Yimei HaMiluim. We're prepared. The Mishkan is set up. We're ready to go. So HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. Let us renew. Everybody knows in what way and how they want to renew themselves. Everybody knows now that this is the time that's most mesugal. But we also know that we're human. And it's hard to do it on our own. So Hashem is telling us, just like Kodesh Hi Lochem Shabbos HaMalka, you can't do it yourself. But if you try, then I give you the Shabbos and that gives you the boost. So now Hashem is telling us that HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem, this is for you. This is your opportunity. Your opportunity to just try. And I will come and I will help you. And I'll always be there for you. I will be there to prove to you again that Klal Yisrael and you as an individual, we will renew and we will be better. And we will come out on the other side of any trouble that we have. We come out growing and we come out as better people and we come out as a better nation. I want to wish everybody a beautiful Shabbos Chazak. Be strong, stay well. 3 different things going on this Shabbos, Parshas Vayakhel, Pekudei, Chazak. It's a time for us to celebrate, to feel good, to understand that Hashem is always with us. And Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek.